Thank you. Hey, everyone. So I have to start with an apology for my clickbait title. This presentation is nothing to do with zombies like you might find on The Walking Dead. Instead, this is a talk about earthquakes that we might find ourselves in San Francisco Bay Area. Hopefully not as extreme like we have here from the film San Andreas. Hopefully The Rock won't have to come and save us in a helicopter. But thinking a little bit more about what might actually happen in a real life after earthquake event. So let's talk a little bit about earthquakes. The USGS says that there is a 72% chance of a very major earthquake happening here in the Bay Area in the next 27 years. The Loma Prieta earthquake was a 6.9, 63 people died, 4,000 people were injured. How many people here have an earthquake protection kit like this with water, food, radio? That's a lot of you, but actually that's not a lot of you. And so if you don't take anything else away from my presentation today, please go and buy one. They're easy to get at Amazon, Costco, the Red Cross. In fact, the Red Cross and other agencies say that every citizen should have be able to survive for 3 days without water, power, or outside assistance. But this talk is about what they don't tell you to pack. Earthquakes and natural disasters can bring out the best in humanity, but it can also bring out the worst, and official advice tends not to dwell on that. Hurricane Katrina remains one of the worst natural disasters America has seen in recent times. And while there was a lot of debunking about some outlandish claims, unfortunately, the official record 10 years later indicates that rape, murder, and looting were commonplace, or not so much commonplace in the case of rape and murder, but the looting. So anyway, here's some tips and things to think about. First of all, that shiny red backpack that you have that says emergency on it, if you have to leave your home, that's not going to be a good idea. That's going to make you look like a target. My advice is to take that out and replace it with a different bag. Secondly, that radio, upgrade it to a CB radio. The phone and the internet is going to be down. And while CB radio does require you to have a license to use it, you can use your own judgment. Two-way communications is going to be vital. Community. Your local community, meaning yourself, your family, your local neighbors, not only what they can do for you, but how you can help them, particularly if they are needy or might need your help to survive. Batteries. Batteries, because the power is probably going to be out for the most of those 3 days, and many things can be powered by batteries as an alternative source of power. Even USB devices can be charged through a battery. Batteries are also great to bribe and to trade and to barter. It's a disaster, and you may actually need to swap out something in your kit. Maybe someone has a boat at the marina and they're going to set sail, and you want to buy your way on board that. Now, I'm not an advocate for guns or weapons, but it is important to think about that many people will not be prepared, but may actually have weapons. And so if you've been prepared, you need to think about how you're going to make sure that your personal safety and your equipment that you've put together is safe. If you leave your home, fire is a real risk, so make sure you bring with you scans of all your important documents. Put them on a thumb drive. Even downloading Wikipedia, it's 10 gigs for the compressed format, might be useful. One of the things they don't tell you is after you've secured the Maslow's hierarchy of needs of shelter, it's going to be really fucking boring. And sex is only going to last so long, particularly if you're on your own. And so you want to think about what you're going to do in that time. Finally, some things you're never going to see in the official advice. Lockpicks, very useful. Pairs of socks. If you have to leave your home, those bridges are going to be closed. There's going to be a lot of walking. And obviously, having a motorcycle will help. But most of all, have a plan. Think about what you need, what you will do, and how you will secure yourself. And make sure your family knows about it. Not just here in the Bay Area, but people are further away as well. I want to just point out that the world is a nice place and you don't need to worry, but it is worth thinking about that if the shit does hit the fan, then what is it really going to be like? It is, after all, a 72% chance that this could happen. So, in conclusion, get a pack, and if you already have a pack, check that it's still okay. Think about what happens when the shit hits the fan. I love Google image search. Yay for Google image search. Make a plan and remain positive. Zombies don't exist, and for some reason, the size of my font doesn't exist either. But anyway, earthquakes do. I put this presentation at this address. Check it out. I've been Ben Metcalf. Thank you.